Righty guys, this is about an hour and 10 minutes after the game's final whistle blew, and boy oh boy I am sad. I think this is the first time I'm talking directly after a Sydney loss. What were the other losses I've been to? Wanderers, I didn't say much after that. I don't even think I was streaming at that point. Same with the FFA Cup loss. And then I think with Central Coast I talked about it the next day, but I didn't directly talk about it in a video. So this is the first time I'm talking about a Sydney loss. I think we'll start with the chicken wings. They played very well, you know, and I think they kind of showed the A-League and Sydney FC where they're at. They just had a class about them that was a little bit better than Sydney's. They weren't great. I think that Sydney are definitely still in the Champions League, you know. We weren't shown up and shown that we are shit. But they just had a little bit of class about them that Sydney FC are definitely going to need to get up on. We were a class below them, they were a class above them. Who knows? But they just had a better first touch, a better pass. They got that long shot and they got lucky with the penalty and they fucking scored it, you know. And Sydney FC couldn't do any of that. Ninkovic had a half chance in the first half or second half, one of the two, and just fucking skied a shot. And, you know, we had plenty of opportunities to cross a ball in, and we just couldn't fucking do it because they were better defensively than us. Were we missing Geordie boys? Fucking yes, we were. But I will stand by the decision that I didn't even fucking make to keep Ninkovic, Mijajevski, and Bobo in the squad. I think that they are great players, and they will carry us through to winning the fucking Champions League. As for Sydney, I think that the effort was definitely there. But I think from a critical standpoint, I think that we're beyond, you know, praising effort for Sydney FC. You know, this is the best team in Australia and they should be doing better on a fucking global stage, you know. This is the two biggest countries in terms of population are technically in this fucking competition, I think. I'm not sure if India's got a fucking team, but I know China do. We're trying to prove ourselves on one of the biggest stages in the world, and we didn't fucking do it tonight, you know. I think that O'Neill, Brillante, Zulo, Wilkinson, Carver, and Wilkshire looked completely out of it. And Brosk to a certain extent. Yeah, no, and Brosk, I'll throw him in there. They look completely out of it. Fucking, you know, they lack the fucking quality that we needed. And I think it's a shame because I think they will get that in 2 or 3 games' time in the Champions League once they get caught up with the pace of the game and just kind of the way that these teams play. They're used to playing in the A-League. I know it's a petty excuse, but I think that they will get caught up with the way that these teams play and they will, you know, we'll win. We'll start looking a lot better towards the end of the group stages, but will that be too late? I don't know. You know, will they fucking come back next game and be like, that is what we did wrong, you know? I think that Graham Arnold can do that. I think he can, this is what you did wrong, fucking fix it. But it might take a few games, it might take 1 game. I don't know. I just think that those players that I named, Brosk, Brillante, O'Neill, Zulo, Wilkinson, Carver, and Wilkshire looked just not good enough. Bringing on Matt Simon, I mean, I don't like bagging our own players. I think that Matt Simon has the effort. He can impact the game. But my fucking God, I think Matt Simon will not score a goal. You need to leave Bobo on. You need to leave him on. Bobo is our goal scorer. There's nobody else in the team that can force a goal. Nobody. Not Ninkovic. Ninkovic could maybe do it, you know, out of nowhere, but he's not going to do it, you know, when he fucking wants to. The only person that can force a goal out of a cross or, you know, a clusterfuck in the box is fucking Bobo. So you need to leave him on. Matt Simon can come on with him and kind of cause that clusterfuck or, like, you know, kind of disaster in the box. But you cannot have Matt Simon as the only out-and-out goal scorer on the fucking field. It will never, ever work. And I really hope I'm jinxing something here, but it will never work. Charlie came on and looked all right. I don't think he did anything spectacular. You know, I think it's a 4 or 5 out of 10 performance. I saw him run around a little bit, maybe get a kick or two of the ball. Carney didn't really have the desired effect, I don't think. But yeah, can I overview this whole thing to make it make sense? I didn't mention that Ninkovic, Mijayevsky, and Bobo, right? They were the only ones that looked kind of able to keep up with the game. Maybe that's because they're in an easier position, but I think that they're just better players than the team in terms of their first touch, their fucking passing and dribbling. So we needed to look for them. You know, it's not a praising of their performance that they looked like good players on the pitch. It's just they did, you know. They should have done better probably. It's probably a negative, you know. They looked like they were set to keep up with this performance, yet they didn't lift the team when they needed to be. It's not good enough from them either. But how do I overview this Sydney performance, you know? The effort was there. Some of the players didn't have the quality, but I think that they will be able to keep up with the games later in the group stages, and some of the players did, and they didn't lift us. So that's why we lost 2-0. And Suwon were class, you know, fucking claps to them. They came over, they did some weird bow towards the Cove, and, you know, they deserved it. Besides that one cunt who fucking lay down and then ran off, you stupid fucking whatever. I was going to say something racist, but I didn't, so I'm not racist. As for man of the match, this is hard. It is, you know, because there was no one that stood out to me. But I think I'd give it to Carver. He came in. He made a few good things happen in terms of the first half at least. And I know this is a little bit of like a primary school award where it's like, he fucking tried, but he did. So fucking congratulations to Carver. You win the coveted Jarsey Man of the Match award. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we're going to end it. Overall, as I said before, that's basically what you can take out of it. And Carver Man of the Match because he tried and he did some things good. But this is where I'm going to end it. I'm going to edit the video tonight like a fucking man as I'll lift my balls up onto the camera. I can't because I don't do enough yoga. But I don't do any yoga actually. But yeah, I sung my balls off. The Cove sung their balls off. We tried. The Sydney boys tried. And we're going to win the Asian Champions League.